amount when we cannot count. And we use number when we can count. So the example that they give us is, what is the number of new students in your class? You wouldn't say, what is the amount of new students? You would say the number because I would say there are 3 new students in my class. Let's go to between and among. You use between when you're talking about 2 people or 2 things. You use among when it's more than 2. So that's a very simple rule. Remember between, you're between 2 things. And then among must be more than 2. The example that they give us is, split the apple between the 2 of you. Divide the apple sections among the 4 of you. Let's go to can and may. We've gone over this a little bit. Can, you use can when you refer to ability. I can play piano. I can't play guitar. Can you pick that up? Are you strong enough to pick it up? That's ability. Can you run that fast? You can run so fast. You can write incredibly neatly. That's all ability. But when you're asking for permission, Mom, may I go outside? You would say may. You wouldn't say, Mom, can I go outside? You can. You are able to go outside. But do you have permission? That is the question. If you say, Mom, can I go outside? Well, yes, you can go outside, but do you have permission? May you go outside? So whenever you ask permission, you must use the word may. All right, and then the last words would be fewer and less. So let's read the last paragraph in the blue box. Less is used when dealing with an amount. Fewer is used when dealing with a number of definite countable objects. So just remember that amount and less, you cannot count them. But you can count number, and when you count something, you would use the word fewer. Let's see an example. It says, because Mom baked cookies, there is less flour now. Remember, you cannot count flour. You can't say, I have 3 flowers. No, you would just say, I have less flour now. You wouldn't say, I have fewer flour now. Let's go to the next one. It's at the bottom of the blue box. We're still not done with reading the blue box. It says, because Alex entered the kitchen, there are fewer cookies now. Fewer means you can count. So Alex may have eaten 3 cookies. So there are fewer cookies now. So let's do a couple together so we can think about this. Let's do think A. Choose the correct word in parentheses and write it in the blank. Number 1, blank, I read that book after you are done with it. They give you the options can or may. What do you think? Is it talking about ability? So you would use can, or is it talking about permission? May. Elise, what do you think? You would be using the word may, because it says, may I read that book after you're done with it? You're asking permission. Number 2, most rainfall is much blank than an inch. Ask yourself, less cannot be counted, fewer can be counted. What are we counting here? We're trying to count raindrops. Most rainfall is much blank than an inch. What do you think? Would you say most rainfall is much less than an inch? Or most rainfall is much fewer than an inch? If you're trying to count rainfall, you would say, there were 3 rainfalls today. Well, I guess you could say that there were 3 rainfalls today. But you wouldn't normally say there was 3 rains today. Or like, there were 10 raindrops today. Normally when you use rain, it is not something that can be counted. So you cannot count the amount of rain. So we would use the word less. Most rainfall is much less than an inch. We don't normally count rain. It's hard because there's so much rain you can't count it. So we would use the word that we use when you cannot count objects. So we'd use less. That was a little bit hard. I feel like I didn't explain it that well. Let's keep on practicing. Number 3. Do you know the blank of students that made the honor roll? Do you know the amount or the number? Ask yourself, can you count students or can you not count students? You can count students. So you would use the word number, because amount is when you cannot count an object. All right, let's go to number 4. Jesus was crucified blank to thieves. Between two thieves or among two thieves. Between means two, among means more than two. What do you think? I kind of gave it away. It is between. All right, we are done. If you have any questions, let me know. Please fill in the rest of page 261 and we're done. Great job.